Our beloved viewers, welcome to the 9 p.m. English news edition brought to you live from RTD channel. And tonight, as headlines, we have the Prime Minister met today with the Regional Director for the International Labour Organization for Eastern Africa. Analysis of risk and mitigation instrument related to investment in photovoltaic mini-grids in Djibouti was held today. And on the international scene, the United Kingdom has announced its intention to officially recognize the state of Palestine following a similar move by France. Welcome back in our newsroom. President Agile sent National Day wishes. President Ismail Omar Guelleh has sent warm congratulations to King Mohammed VI and to the Moroccan people on the occasion of Morocco's International Day. In his message, President Guelleh wished the King's success and expressed his hope for more progress and prosperity for the Moroccan nation. He also said that the people and government of Djibouti stand with Morocco in celebrating this important day, emphasizing the strong ties of friendship, solidarity and cooperation between the two nations. President Guelleh reaffirmed Djibouti's commitment to strengthening the special relationship between the two countries and once again extended his heartfelt congratulations to King Mohammed VI and to the brotherly Moroccan people. Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed received this morning the Regional Director of the International Labour Organization for Eastern Africa, Kambula Ndela, who is on official visit to Djibouti. During this courtesy meeting, the Prime Minister highlighted the government's ongoing reforms to improve working conditions and enhance the performance of the public administration. This visit is part of efforts to strengthen technical cooperation between the ILO and Djibouti's Ministry of Labour. Mr. Ndala is accompanied by a team of experts taking part in a consultation workshop focused on reforming Djibouti's labour code. The workshop is being held from July 3 to August 1st, 2025. Funded by the ILO, the workshop aims to support national authorities in updating the country's labor laws in line with international conventions ratified by the Republic of Djibouti. The ILO also financed the participation of an international expert whose report provides key technical guidance for the reform process. The Ministry of Labour held today a workshop at the Sheraton Hotel to review and update the Labour Code and Social Protection Code. The main goal is to improve these legal frameworks so they can better respond to today's economic and social challenges. This initiative aims to modernize Djibouti's labor laws to better protect workers' rights, promote a fair working environment, and support economic growth by creating a more attractive business climate. The expected outcome of this consultation is to develop a dynamic legal framework that keeps pace with the change in the labor market while ensuring fair and effective protection for all workers. The government, through the Ministry of Labour, emphasized its strong commitment to identifying violations of labour laws and responding with the fast and fair solutions. Next, we'll listen to the ILO Regional Director.
Truly honored to address you at this consultation workshop on the development of Djibouti's Labour Code. I wish to express ILO's profound appreciation to His Excellency, the Minister, for entrusting us with the responsibility to revise and develop proposals for the new Labour Code for Djibouti. We approach this task with both pragmatism and optimism. This task expects of us to strike a balance between the dictates of the Constitution of Djibouti, the international commitments undertaken by Djibouti, and the expression of the wishes of those who would be regulated by the revised legislation. It imposes on us a duty to express in the new legislation the sentiments of international labor standards that have been adopted by the member states of the ILO, especially those that are ratified by Djibouti, without detracting from the collective aspirations of the Djibouti people as expressed in the Constitution and other legal instruments. We are certain that with our long and positive history of collaboration, however difficult our discussions on this matter become, we will collectively develop and come up with a legislation that is sound, fair, balanced, and meets the aspirations of all parties concerned.
And speaking at the opening, the Minister of Labour has announced the launch of an important workshop aimed at reviewing Djibouti's labour code. The Minister said that this reform will be carried out in a comprehensive and gradual manner with the close consultation involving all stakeholders. The goal is to modernize the legal framework for employment to reflect the evolution of the national economic change in the labor market and current international standard. He noted that the current labor code dates back to 2006 and no longer fits today's realities. For this reason, the government has requested, he said, technical support from the International Labour Organization to begin a participatory evaluation and review process. The minister did not fail to thank the ILO for its continued technical support and long-standing partnership with Djibouti. As part of this effort, an international expert was commissioned to assess the current labor code, noted the minister. His report identified key gaps and provided reform proposals based on international best practices, offering a strong foundation for upcoming discussion, he finally concluded. And now let's head to New York, where Djibouti participates in a high-level conference on two-state solution. On Monday, July 28, Djibouti's Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Abdul Qadir Hussein, took part in a high-level conference held at the United Nations headquarters in New York. The conference focused on finding a path toward resolving the Israeli-Palestinian conflict through the two-state solution. The event took place in the UN Trusteeship Council chamber and was organized following a 2024 General Assembly resolution. France and Saudi Arabia, the co-host of the conference, stated in a concept that the two-state solution still enjoys broad international support and remains the only realistic way to meet the legitimate aspiration of both Israelis and Palestinians. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Abdul Qadir Hussein, took the floor during the high-level conference to reaffirm Djibouti's position on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. He expressed Djibouti's firm support for the two-state solution as the most viable and just way to resolve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. He emphasized that Djibouti stands by the international consensus which recognize the legitimate rights and aspiration of both Israelis and Palestinians in accordance with international laws. Minister Hussein highlighted the importance of renewed commitment from the global community to create the necessary condition for peace, security and stability in the region. He stressed that achieving a fair and lasting solution requires a dialogue, mutual respect and cooperation between the parties involved. Furthermore, the minister reaffirmed Djibouti's readiness to contribute positively to international effort aimed at supporting peace initiatives and call on all participants to fully engage in constructive negotiation that will bring an end to the prolonged conflict. And during his ongoing mission at the United Nations, Djibouti's Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation meets UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. This was the first official meeting between the Djiboutian foreign minister and the UN chief, and it allowed for an in-depth discussion on key regional and multilateral issues. Talks focused in particular on the situation in the Horn of Africa, Djibouti's current chairmanship of IGAD, and the future of the African Union transition mission in Somalia. Minister Hussein reaffirmed Djibouti's strong commitment to peace, stability and regional dialogue. He also highlighted the ongoing mediation effort led by President Ismail Omar Guelleh among IGAD member states. In Addis Ababa now, at the UN Food Summit held in Addis Ababa, Secretary General Antonio Guterres condemned the use of hunger as a weapon, pointing to the crisis in Gaza. He called for more investment in agriculture to fight rising food insecurity. Deputy Secretary General Amina Mohamed urged an immediate ceasefire and humanitarian access in Gaza Strip. And moving on now to Geneva, where a Djiboutian delegation attends the 6th World Conference of Speakers of Parliament. From July 29 to 31st, 2025, a delegation from Djibouti, led by Omar Ahmed Awais, second Vice President of the National Assembly, and Muna Freeman's Pascal, and a legal expert from the Parliament's Directorate of Legal and Economic Expertise, traveled to Geneva, Switzerland, to participate in the 6th World Conference of Speakers of Parliament. This major event is organized by the Inter-Parliamentary Union in close collaboration with the United Nations. Held every 5 years, the conference provides a platform for high-level dialogue and exchange among parliamentary leaders worldwide. Today, we come back now to the country where the Minister of Environment officially closed a key workshop held at the Sheraton Hotel, focused on analyzing risk mitigation instruments related to investment in photovoltaic mini-grids in Djibouti. This workshop is part of the government's ongoing effort to promote renewable energy, improve electricity access in rural areas, and attract private investment in the clean energy sector. Organized with the support of the United Nations Development Program, the event presented the results of an in-depth analysis on a risk reduction mechanism aimed at creating a favorable investment climate. The closing ceremony brought together high-level officials, including Abdullah Dini, Secretary General of the Ministry of Environment, the UNDP resident representative, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Energy, as well as a broad panel of participants from the public sector, private companies, and civil society. The recommendations from the workshop will serve as a foundation for concrete initiatives to secure investment and accelerate sustainable electrification in Djibouti, while also contributing to the fight against climate change. In his opening remarks this morning, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Energy, in charge of natural resources, expressed his happiness and pride in participating at this workshop. It officially launched to present the results of analysis done through project by the Ministry in partnership with the UNDP, the Ministry of Environment and Sustainable Development, and other supporters. He highlighted that the tool used in this framework developed by the UNDP has proven its effectiveness in several African countries by helping to reduce technical and financial barriers to implement energy projects in these nations. The Secretary General warmly welcomed representatives from various institutions and sincerely thanked all attendees, appreciating their participation as a reflection of shared commitment to critical issues related to energy. For his part, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Environment and Sustainable Development expressed great pride in delivering the speech on behalf of the Ministry on this important day. At the start of his speech, he extended special thanks to all participants for their commitment and also expressed gratitude to the Ministry partners, the Ministry of Energy, the UNDP, and the Global Environment Facility for their continued support of the country's energy transition process. He highlighted the country's firm commitment to achieving 100% renewable energy by 2035. In this context, he noted that electrifying rural areas is a significant challenge, but also a necessary opportunity to achieve more equitable, sustainable, and environmentally friendly development. Other news now. INEP celebrated the graduation of National Development Fund administrative staff. Yesterday, the National Institute of Public Administration marked the completion of its diploma training program dedicated to administrative staff both from public and private sector of the National Development Fund. The closing ceremony was presided over by the Secretary General of the Ministry of Labor alongside the Director of the National Development Fund and of course the Director of INEP. Participants benefited from theoretical courses, practical work and immersive internships that help them gain hands-on experience and better understand real-world challenges, enabling them to deliver effective services. While speaking, the director of the Djiboutian Development Fund expressed her happiness about this training course, which was organized in close collaboration with the National Institute of Public Administration, INEP, and designed specifically to meet the fund's needs. She affirmed that the results achieved were very satisfactory and expressed hope that the fund staff will be able to apply what they learned during the course in their daily work. She also praised the quality of the training and the trainers, stating, "I confirm her that this training was truly high quality, well conducted by the National Institute of Public Administration." She took the opportunity to thank the director of the institute and his entire team who were present and attentive throughout the whole training. In turn, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Labor emphasized that civil servant needs continuous training throughout their careers, and this should be a constant and permanent approach. On this occasion, he did not fail to congratulate the 35 trainees who have just completed the training program, wishing them every success. He expressed a hope that the course has equipped them with knowledge and skills that will benefit their professional careers. He also wished success to everyone, noting that this institution plays an important role in the economic sector. In Tajura now, during a routine road check, the Tajura Customs Brigade discovered a rather unusual and unexpected cargo coming straight from neighboring Ethiopia. A truck bearing the license plate number 45856 with the trail showing the same number, almost like a strange logistical twin, was stopped, inspected and immediately held by the officers on duty. Their quick thinking and experience helped them quickly notice that something was wrong with the load. The vehicle was carrying a strange combination of products that clearly did not belong together unless it was the plot of a bad crime novel. 1,000 small 250 milliliter bottles of Ethiopian gin, 8 bottles of red wines from China, 3 boxes containing 300 units of skin lightening creams, and finally a batch of counterfeit medicines called fluoxetine, likely to cause more harm than healing. The decisive moment came in Balho, where the local brigade chief did not hesitate for a second. The truck, its cargo, and the driver were immediately seized and handed over to the relevant authorities. Moving on now to the international scene, Google announced a new project to support artificial intelligence in Africa, including a community AI center in Accra, Ghana, and up to $37 million in funding to boost research, skills, and infrastructure across Africa. Google's team in Kenya and Ghana focus on AI projects in food security, healthcare, education, and local languages. The initiatives also include a scholarship training program and funding for startups in key sectors like health, agriculture, and education as well. European countries are distancing themselves from Israel over alleged war crimes in Gaza, with several capitals changing their approach. Following France, the UK has announced plans to recognize the state of Palestine. The European Commission also called to partially suspend Israel from the EU's research program Horizon, potentially leading to sanctions. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer said the recognition will happen in September unless Israel takes steps to end the crisis in Gaza. And now in Russia, powerful earthquake and tsunami hit eastern Russia. A strong 8.8 magnitude earthquake struck off Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula, triggering a tsunami that flooded coastal areas near the Kuril Island. About 2,000 people in several cities were evacuated and a state of emergency was declared in the whole of the country. So that's it for tonight news. Thanks for being with us and have a good night.